Yo, what's up, guys? This is Raw Detroit back at you with another video on today, and I got another hidden gem prospect for possibly the 2023 NFL draft class if he decides to declare for the draft, or this could be a hidden draft prospect for 2024. So I just want to put it out on the record, man. I want to give a shout out to Abstract A for letting me know about this prospect. I didn't know anything about this young man. Got a chance to watch a lot of a film on him, and definitely, man, this dude is a dog. He's one of those guys and one of those running backs that gets you excited, man. Every time he touches the football, this kid definitely is box office. And we got to talk about hidden prospect running back Trey Benson. Now, Trey Benson was on Oregon Ducks before he decided to hit the transfer portal, and eventually 5 days later he ends up choosing the Florida State Seminoles, which I think was a great thing for him. Sometimes you just never know how the situation is going to be, but coming into the season, initially he was not the starter. It was Trayshawn Ward who was the starter, but he ended up getting hurt in the North Carolina State game, and pretty much after he got hurt, he never saw his spot back again. Trey Benson went bananas on the season. And this guy said right even before the season started that his goal was to get to 1,000 yards rushing. He's like, yeah, no one's going over 1,000 yards since Cam Akers did it in 2019. And Trey Benson, I'm going to put his body of work in the description box so you guys be able to see and you'll understand what I'm talking about, man. Now, when it comes to the Detroit Lions, definitely they could bring all of their running backs back. They don't have to go out there running back at all if they don't want to. If that's not their desire to go out there running back, they don't have to go out there one. Jamal Williams has been having a phenomenal season for the Detroit Lions and is on his way to having a 1,000-yard season as long as he can stay injury-free and he can play the remainders of the game. I definitely think that Jamal Williams will go over 1,000 yards. And that'll be something that will be good for the Detroit Lions because they have not had a 1,000-yard running back since Reggie Bush did it in 2013. But a little bit more about Trey Benson, man. He's been going bananas in the last 5-game winning streak for the Florida State Seminoles. Benson has been just running wild, man. He's averaged over 119 yards per game. He has 6 touchdowns. He has broken 40 tackles. He is also averaged yards after the contact, 82.4, and then he averaged 5.9 per carry, per rushing attempt. This dude has been box office. Now, if I've ever seen a dog at running back, he's definitely one. He's a hidden gem in this draft. If he decides to come out for the NFL draft, he doesn't have to declare, but he is eligible to come out because technically this would be like his junior season. Because his first 2 years at Oregon, he did not really play. He ended up getting hurt, and he didn't get that many snaps when he was at Oregon. But then he decided to take his talents over to Florida State and was not going to be the starter at Florida State. Pretty much Ward was the starter. Ward was getting anywhere between 10 to 15 carries, and they were going to be sharing it anyway. So now Trey Benson gets the opportunity by Ward going down, and pretty much he won pretty much kind of what Jamal Williams has done in Detroit. You know, DeAndre Swift was the starting running back for the Detroit Lions, and pretty much Jamal Williams, by him being able to be durable and reliable, ended up winning a job. And I think the same thing with Trey Benson this season. He stayed away from injuries, and he is only 35 yards short of his goal. He wanted to get to 1,000 yards on the season, and he did this as the number 2 running back. He was not the number 1 running back. So right now, currently, he has a limited amount of touches. He has 141 touches out of the backfield for 965 yards. on the season. And once he plays in the bowl game and gets at least 35 yards, he'll be that running back that'll go over 1,000 yards. So it's a lot of things that I like about Trey Benson. I love his game. I love his size. He's 6'1", 215 pounds. The kid has great vision, has great bursting speed, and I believe he was clocked at like a 4.4, I believe, but they're saying that he may be faster than 4.4. So I don't know, but in the open field, man, this dude is electric, man. In the open field, he also can return kicks as well. I didn't see him running any punt returns, but I did see him return a kickoff return this season. Has the ability to be able to catch out of the backfield, even though Florida State don't really use him that type of way. Sometimes guys don't really get used like they should be getting used, being able to catch out the backfield, being a guy that can do it all so you can stay on the field, you know what I'm saying, that you could be that every down type of running back. And nowadays in the NFL, it's run by committee, and it's kind of like the same thing in college a little bit. It's run by committee, but definitely you normally ride the hot hand, and Trey Benson has pretty much been the hot hand for the Florida State Seminoles this season. So he has that ability to be able to catch out of the backfield. He is a dangerous runner in the open field. And what makes him great, man, is his burst of speed and his acceleration. That's one thing that makes Trey Benson a hidden gem. When you normally talk about hidden gem running backs or hidden gem prospect, you're talking about guys that don't really get the notoriety like that. But, man, these guys could end up being superstars. And I definitely think that Trey Benson has all the physical tools and everything that you need at a running back to be a RB1 in the NFL. And I just wanted to put you guys up on Trey Benson. If you never heard of this kid, make sure you guys watch the body of work. I'm going to link it in the description so you'll understand what I'm talking about Trey Benson. I want to give a shout out to Abstract A for letting me know about Trey Benson, because I didn't know anything about this kid. He said, "Have you ever seen Benson?" And I was like, "No, I never heard of this kid." And then once I started watching his tape, I was like, man, this dude is a dog. And we need that. You know what I'm saying? Detroit needs a true number one running back. Whether they decide to bring Jamal Williams back on a 1 or 2 year deal, I still think that the Lions could go out and draft another running back. And I don't know if this kid is going to declare for the draft or not. That's probably going to be solely upon him talking to his agents and talking to the league and knowing where he could be possibly drafted at. Now, if he stays at Florida State, then definitely he's going to be one of the top running backs taken in the 2024 NFL draft. So it's going to be totally on Trey Benson. Now, me personally, I would love for the Detroit Lions to draft running back Trey Benson. This kid is a dog. I don't need to see a lot of footage on this guy. This kid is a dog. I see the burst. I see the speed. I see the ability to be able to hit the home run. I see it all, man. He possesses everything that you want for a running back. This is a kid that I can groom. And the reason why I'm saying all this too, guys, because the Lions, let's just really look at it. The Lions have really not really played Craig Reynolds the way you thought that he would have an opportunity. Even when DeAndre Swift was gone, Craig Reynolds really didn't get the touches like that. So I thought that they would probably, give Craig Reynolds a shot to see if he could be the number one guy and maybe Jamal the number two guy. But pretty much they just gave it to Jamal and allowed him to have one of his best. Well, yeah, it's his best NFL season. So drafting a kid like Trey Benson, man, is definitely something that the Detroit Lions could consider. He's one of the running backs. If he decides to come out, I would definitely have my eyes on this kid, and I definitely would draft him. There is no ifs and buts about it. Benson is a dog. I don't need to watch hours and countless of hours of film on this kid to tell me if he's a dog or not. I see it. I see the effort on the field. So he's a true hidden gem. And if you don't know anything about Trey Benson, definitely, like I said before, guys, I'm going to link it in the description so you guys will be able to see what this kid is able to do. But what a phenomenal stretch. The last 5 games, the numbers that he put up. And he was not supposed to be the number one. He was not the starting running back. He was the backup to Ward. And now he's the starter. And pretty much he's taking this thing over. And he's pretty much almost at 1,000 yards. He only needs 35 yards to get to 1,000, and he'll make his goal. So shout out to Trey Benson. Whether he comes out in 2023 or 2024, I would love for my Detroit Lions to draft this kid. All right, you guys, I'm out of here. Until next time, I'll be back with another prospect. Peace.